Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be discussing Ollie's products and my experience with their service. Ollie's a dog food company that provides fresh and healthy meals for your dog and delivers them right to your door. There's so many things to keep in mind when choosing a diet for your dog, but I've got you covered. Because I've done so much research and tried so many different products, I decided to make this video to share with you. Keep in mind that these are just my thoughts based on my experience and research, but ultimately you're going to have to decide what works for you and your dog. Also, if at any point you do decide to try out Ollie, feel free to use the link in the description down below to get 60% off your first box plus a free gift. And this deal is only available for our viewers and you won't find it out directly on their website. Now, before we get into this review, I'd like you to know that I'm not sponsored by Ollie and I pay for their products just as you would. All right, so let's get into it. So why did I want to feed my dog fresh food instead of kibble? Well, for one, I felt bad feeding my dog kibble. It doesn't look appetizing even for a dog. What really had me convinced was when I heard the other puppy owners speaking of all the impressive benefits, such as how shiny their dog's coats became and a huge increase in their energy levels. And that's when I decided to switch my dog's diet. I did some research and was surprised to see that all these benefits are in fact possible and that plenty of dog owners confirmed that they had similar results. So I decided to make the switch to fresh dog food, but I'm a really busy guy and I hate cooking. So putting me in charge of all the cooking of my dog's meals and all the time that it was going to take just wouldn't have worked for me. Plus, trusting that I'd get all the nutrients right was not a good bet. So I went on a search for a solution and came across multiple pre-made meal options. I got quotes from 4 major companies that provide fresh dog food delivered. Oh, and as a side note, I'm a bit on the frugal side, so I prefer not to throw tons of money at this. So I got the quotes, compared them, narrowed it down, and eventually settled on the company called Ollie. I did a deep dive into all the nutrients and I was really impressed with just how great the quality was. I'll break the comparison down for you and show you why I chose Ollie in the end. So one of the similarities between all 4 of these companies is that they are all customizable with their meals, meaning I could customize specifically for puppies, which was really awesome. Besides breed, they're also customized by the dog's weight, neutered status, activity level, medical conditions, and those types of things, which I found to be really cool. When it comes to recipes, they all offer options like beef, chicken, lamb, and pork, and you can pick which ones you want or don't want. They're all human-grade, fresh meals formulated by vets and made right in the United States. Plus, it comes delivered to your door on a regular basis as you schedule it. So you don't have to even think about it, which I found to be also really awesome. All 4 companies had very similar sales pages and main selling points. So what made me go with Ollie specifically? Other than being really transparent, which I definitely appreciate, there were some pros that stuck out to me and pushed me towards Ollie. Don't get me wrong, there are also some drawbacks to Ollie, and these aren't all the pros and cons, but the ones that really stood out to me was, firstly, Ollie's website showed me the calorie count for all the meals that I ordered, which was big to me because not all of them did that. Also, the daily calories they planned for my dog were a lot more reasonable than those of the other companies, which were on the lower side. Now, the drawbacks for Ollie to me were simply that the meals weren't individually packed, which was a bit of a bummer to me. But they did give me this really cool and easy guide how to cut up the portions exactly to make sure my dog got the right amount, as well as a resealable container, which makes things a little easier. Another con is that they're slightly more expensive than some other services, but I'd rate them on the medium to low side in terms of cost. Now let's call the competitor companies A, B, and C. Firstly, Company A didn't show the calorie count of what I'd be feeding my dog each day, which pretty much ruled them out right away. Company B was the most expensive by far, and I could only pick full or half portions for the food I was ordering. It also wouldn't show me the calorie counts at all, which was the same issue as the other one. When it came to Company C, they had the lowest price, full or partial portions. But they didn't define what that meant, and they wouldn't show me the calorie count initially, which really frustrated me. When I eventually got that information, it turned out that they only recommended 890 calories a day, which is absolutely ridiculous. No wonder why their prices are the lowest. I would have been getting, almost half of the amount of food. You've got to pay attention to the calories that they recommend for your dog, and if they don't tell you what the calories are, that should be a major red flag for you. So now you can see why I personally chose to go with Ollie, and that's why I believe that they're the best option out there. Okay, now let's go through and customize a meal real quick specifically for my dog. I'll show you how to do this. It's really easy and we'll end up with a meal plan made specifically for your dog. It's actually pretty cool. All right, when you click on the link, this is the page it brings you to. It tells you all about their program, the recipes they have, and all the fresh foods that they offer. They tell you a little bit about these human-grade ingredients, good stuff. Okay, then just click on Join the Pack down there. Put in your name and email real quick. Okay, Now here's where you put the breed in, which is what's going to be used to start customizing the meal. Mine's a golden retriever and he's about 10 months old. Here's where I estimate his current weight and what his ideal adult weight is going to be. No, he's not neutered and his body weight is currently ideal. How active is he? He's pretty active. He's currently on dry food. And no, he doesn't have any allergies that I know about. That's another great feature you can check out if your dog has any allergies. Ollie's going to customize the meals with that in mind. And now they're customizing it specifically for your dog. And here you go. This tells you about the different recipes. There are specific calculations, which ingredients are in those recipes, and a whole lot more information. So here we're just going to click to check out. And here's where you enter your information. Okay, hit checkout. It's that simple. My dog's been on Ollie's Food now for a few months, and he's absolutely loving it. I mean, he freaks out at dinner time, which he really never used to do. So I do know that he enjoys it, and it's actually really cool to see. I actually ended up going with 50% of Ollie's Food for his meals and 50% kibble. And there's a reason that I did that. First, it's a lot more cost effective. And second, there's more variety in his meals, which is also a really good thing for him. Lastly, it keeps him familiar with kibble. That way, if I ever do need to transition back, he'll be okay with it. For example, so we're going on vacation and needs to stay with the family members for a while or something like that. I'd really rather not show up with a freezer full of food and instructions and have to thaw the food. Instead, we could easily transfer back to kibble if we ever need to. And as far as results go, I definitely noticed many differences in my dog since switching his food. I mean, first of all, he has a spring in his step. He seems to be enjoying life more, which I'm sure you know as the owner is such a satisfying feeling. Also, his coat is incredibly shiny now, which is cool and gets us a lot of comments. He also puts in more effort now at mealtimes when I try to do a couple tricks with him or practice commands before he gets his meals. It's actually kind of funny to see, and it makes training him a whole lot easier because he's more focused. All right, that's going to be it for today. If you found this video to be useful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos. I'd love to hear about your experiences with Ollie or the food that you currently use in the comments. Also, remember to check out the link in the description below for 60% off your first box. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.